Sun protection has never looked cuter than the Bonair athletic top from Cashmerette. Wear it over swimwear at the beach, to the gym, or as an everyday comfortable little jacket. This pattern has princess seams, cuffs with thumb holes, a neckband, a zipper guard, and 2 length options. I've sewn the cropped length here. I'm sewing today with a nylon spandex material, and where it calls for reinforcement, I used a light knit interfacing. We're sewing from start to finish with a regular sewing machine and a narrow zigzag stitch of a 0.5 width and 2.5 length. The pattern instructions also have us using a regular straight stitch for the neckband and the zipper installation. And for the hem, I chose a wide zigzag stitch of a 3mm width and length. Since my fabric does not fray, I did not have to finish my edges, so this was truly a one machine sew. I love that. This project is sure to impress. Let's get started. Apply your interfacing to the wrong side of one neckband piece, as well as applying your strips of interfacing to the wrong side center front edges for both front pieces. Place your side front pieces right sides together with the sides of the back piece and pin in place. Repeat for both side front pieces on both sides of the back piece. Then we'll sew both of these seams with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Finish the raw edges if desired and press them toward the back of the garment. Place your front pieces right sides together with the side front pieces. Pin in place. Then we'll sew these pieces in place with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Finish the raw edges if you like and press them toward the front of the garment. Place your front and back pieces right sides together at the shoulder seams and pin in place. Sew the shoulders at 3/8 of an inch. Finish the raw edges if you like and press them toward the back of the garment. Fold your sleeve in half right sides together, aligning the long edge and pin in place. Repeating for both sleeves. Sew each seam at 3/8 of an inch. Finish the raw edges if desired and press them toward the back of the sleeve. Now I'll turn both of my sleeves right side out and place them right sides together with their arm size. Aligning the notches and the other indicators and pin in place. Now we can sew our sleeves in place with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, once again finishing the seams if desired and then pressing those seams toward the sleeves. For the cuff, I'm going to briefly switch to this fabric here so that you can more clearly see the steps. Fold your cuff in half right sides together, aligning the notches. Pin in place. We're going to sew from the outside edge to the first notch with our 3/8 inch seam allowance and backstitch to secure. Then we'll start a fresh set of stitches at the second notch and sew to the third notch, once again backstitching on both ends to secure. Then we'll skip to the fourth notch and sew to the end, once again backstitch to secure, and we're doing all of this with our narrow zigzag stitch. Open out both sides of the seam allowance flat and give that a press. Fold your cuff in half wrong sides together so that these seam allowances are technically right sides together. Pin the outermost sections of the gap in your stitches together. We're going to sew the gap closed with the same 3/8 inch seam allowance. And we're only sewing the outermost layers of these 4 cuff layers. Now that we've sewn that section between the notches, we're going to flip our fabric so we can do the same to sew the gap for the mirrored section in between. Once again, pinning together these outermost layers and sewing this gap closed in the same way as we did for the previous layers in between, and being careful not to catch the layers in between. Now we can turn this cuff right side out, and the cuff is now complete with a gap for your thumb in the middle of that seam. Now with our cuff layers still wrong sides together, I'm going to pin along the bottom raw edges. And then baste those raw edges together all the way around. Repeat to create both cuffs. Place the completed cuff right sides together with the bottom raw edge of the sleeve and pin in place all the way around. See the pattern instructions for tips on how you may want to adjust the hole in the cuff in respect to the seam of the sleeve. I'm just going to align the seam of the cuff and the seam of the sleeve and pin in place. Then I'll sew my cuff in place all the way around with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. You can finish those raw edges if you like, then press that seam allowance up toward the sleeve. Place your interfaced and uninterfaced neckband pieces right sides together and pin together the top unnotched edge. Sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and a regular straight stitch. Clip into the seam allowance along the curve. Open out these neckband pieces away from each other. And we're going to sew the seam allowance to the uninterfaced neckband about 1/8 of an inch away from the original stitching line, again with a regular straight stitch. Press the raw edge of the uninterfaced neckband to the wrong side by 3/8 of an inch all the way across. Place the interfaced neckband layer right sides together with the neckline of the bodice. Match the notches to the center back and the shoulders and pin in place all the way across. Now we can sew this interface layer of neckband to the neckline with a 3/8 inch seam allowance and a regular straight stitch. Then we'll press our seam up toward the neckband. Here are the bottommost edges of the jacket. We're going to make marks along the bottoms of the center front pieces, making those marks 1 1/4 inches from the bottom raw edge. I'm just going to be marking with pins. Place your zipper right sides together with the right center front. Pin in place so that the bottom zipper stop is in line with the mark that we just created. Make sure once again that the seam allowance that you sewed to connect the neckband to the bodice is pressed up toward the neckband. We're going to baste the zipper in place using the longest stitch on your machine from the bottom to the top of the interfaced neckband portion. Now that I have this one side of the zipper attached to the right front, I'm going to place the left front piece right sides together with the opposite side of the zipper, once again making sure that the bottom zipper stop is at the placement marking I placed onto the fabric. Pin in place, then we're going to baste from the bottom to the top of the interfaced neckband portion. Now that the zipper is basted to both sides of the center front, check the alignment to make sure that everything is aligned, especially the neckband seams. Then we can sew the zipper in place as basted on both sides of the zipper tape from the bottom of the zipper to the main neckband seam. So this time we'll be sewing to the bottom of the interfaced neckband piece. For the top of the zipper tape that extends beyond the neckband, we're going to fold back that zipper tape at a 90-degree angle, right at the point where we stopped our basting stitches previously. So we're folding the tape back at the seam between the interfaced and uninterfaced neckband pieces. And pin in place. Repeat on both sides. Sew the zipper tapes only at the top to maintain that fold. You can use a needle and thread if it's easier, but we're not going to be basting the fold of the zipper tape to the neckband, just through the zipper tape material. Then trim the zipper tape flush with the raw edge of the bodice. Now we can remove the basting stitches that attach the zipper to the interfaced neckband piece. So now from the main neckband seam to the center seam of the two neckband pieces, the zipper tape is loose and disconnected from the interfaced neckband piece. Repeat for the tops of the zipper on both sides. I've transferred the stitching line to the top of my zip guard. Now I'm going to fold it in half lengthwise, right sides together. Pin the top and bottom edges. Sew the top from the raw edge to the point along the stitching line, then sew the bottom edge with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Trim the seam allowances in half, then turn this piece right side out and give it a good press. With the curved edge of the zip guard facing the top of the garment, align the raw edges of the zip guard with the left front bodice piece so that the lower of the two notches aligns with the main neckband seam, the seam that attaches the neckband to the bodice. And pin in place. Then we can sew the zip guard in place from the bottom of those two upper notches all the way to the bottom of the zipper. Now take this loose top material of the zip guard and wrap it around the top edge of the exposed zipper tape. Then we'll align these raw edges with the raw edges of the interfaced neckband and pin in place. Then we can sew this small section between the main neckband seam and the seam between the interfaced and uninterfaced neckband pieces. Here is the top piece of the neckband with that previously folded seam allowance still folded back to the wrong side. Fold back this uninterfaced neckband piece so that it sits on top of the zipper along the front edges. Make sure that that folded back seam allowance of the uninterfaced neckband sits right on top of the main seam and pin in place. Repeating on both sides. Sew through all layers on both sides in line with the previous zipper stitching. Clip the top corners and turn the neckbands right side out. Now on the inside of the neckband, we're going to place that previously folded seam allowance over the main seam. You can secure this in place from the right side using pins, or you can use Wonder Tape on the inside to secure it over the seam. Now that the inner neckband is secured on the inside, we're going to stitch in the ditch within that main seam from one center front straight across to the opposite center front. Here is the very bottom edge of the jacket, and we're going to fold up the material to create the bottom hem, starting with the side edges. Fold up these side edges to sandwich the zipper in between, folding it by 1 inch. Once that's folded in place, do the same on the other side, this time sandwiching both the zipper and the zipper guard. Then we'll sew these vertical stitches in line with the previous zipper stitching. Turn those sewn bottom corners right side out. Then we can turn the remainder of the hem to the wrong side by 1 inch and pin in place. Sew that bottom hem in place all the way across using your preferred stretch stitch. Give everything a nice final press, and the jacket is complete. Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future sewing tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.